remember staged arguments for the cameras. This time, the drama exploded backstage, where no cameras were supposed to be rolling. And according to sources, it got really messy. Can you imagine Yandy and Mendeecees getting into a full-fledged altercation behind the scenes while the rest of the cast stood there in complete shock? The real question is, though, what set them off? Finally get retribution for all the drama she's endured? Or did Mendeecees become embroiled in yet another scandal? Fans are frantically trying to figure out what actually transpired, with social media going crazy over leaked details. Was this about another covert affair, or did Yandy simply uncover evidence that could ruin everything? One thing is certain. Though this love and hip-hop moment is going to go down in reality TV history, if you thought the drama between Mendeecees and the entire cast were shaken by what happened backstage at Love and Hip Hop, and no one saw it coming. There were fistfights, secrets, and a meltdown that could change everything. Trust me when I say that this isn't just any argument. It's a full-on war between two people who once vowed to support each other forever. But now her relationship with Yandy is in complete chaos. Been rocky for a while, but what transpired behind the scenes is worse than anyone could have imagined. According to witnesses, the tension was so intense that a knife could cut through it. And there were accusations and security rushing in. It was complete chaos, and the cast had to intervene before things got any worse. But wait, what exactly caused this disaster? Let's just say that some old demons came crawling out at the worst possible moment. For the most part, Yandy played it cool, kept things together for the cameras, and smiled through the storm until the truth finally came out. Let's take a moment to go back in time and remind everyone that anyone who has been following there, Mendeecees knows Mendeecees hasn't exactly been the epitome of loyalty. He's had dubious friendships, shady late-night activities. And let's not forget those DMIs that were leaked a while back. However, it seems that she has been boiling inside, and last night she finally lost it. According to sources, before the Love and Hip Hop taping even began, something had Yandy pacing, whispering to producers, and giving me side eyes whenever he passed. When they were finally in the same room, that's when the gloves came off, and I entered the room acting as though nothing was wrong. But Yandy wasn't having it and confronted him directly. She went off saying she was tired of the lies, tired of being made fun of, and tired of covering for a man who obviously didn't respect her. At first, Mendeecees tried to brush it off, acting like she was tripping. But when Yandy brought up that woman, his entire demeanor changed. No one knows for sure who that woman is, but you can tell it's bad from the way EMS frozen up. According to one source, Mendeecees tried to deny it at first by claiming that Yandy was overreacting and listening to people who were only trying to break them up. But this time she wasn't playing and took out her phone to show him the messages, timestamps, and proof. His face went blank and his mouth opened as if he wanted to explain, but it was too late. Yandy was already heated, exposing receipts, and the cast was already watching with popcorn in hand. When Mendeecees was discovered, the whole backstage area was in disarray. People were whispering, phones were recording, and security were deciding whether to intervene. Then Mendeecees suddenly lost it, and instead of apologizing or owning up, he flipped the script and began yelling back at Yandy, accusing her of being the issue because she always acts like she's perfect, while he is the villain he started, throwing out accusations, bringing up things from years ago, saying she's not innocent either, and before anyone could comprehend what was happening, the tables turned and security came in. At this point, everyone was screaming, people were being pushed, and the producers were losing it. This wasn't just any argument. It was the making of reality TV history. And let's not forget about the cast. Some of them were shocked, some were amused by the level of drama, and some were just trying to get some screen time. For example, Erica Mena was seen covering her mouth as if she had just witnessed a murder, while Safri was in the back smiling, as if he already knew the tea. And Rashida Sis was shaking her head like someone's disappointed auntie at Thanksgiving. And let's not even talk about Carly Red. As you are already aware, Sis had her phone out, most likely taking notes for her. Next messy moment. However, security was able to separate Mendeecees and Yandy at last, but the damage had already been done. Producers were furious because they had to stop filming and now had to figure out how to clean up this PR mess. But this is where things get even crazier because someone spilled some serious tea immediately after the fight, which could have made the entire situation worse, 10 times worse. A mystery cast member who hasn't been identified yet was overheard telling producers that Mendeecees isn't just cheating, but that he might be living 2 lives. Yes, you heard correctly, 2 lives, and based on the way people were whispering, this isn't your typical side chick situation. We don't yet have all the details, but let's just say that if what they're saying is true, M and Yandy's relationship may be permanently terminated, and you already know Social One fan said Yandy should have left that man we've been telling her about. Another said, Mendeecees is really out here playing double agent, huh? And the best one was, I need a whole Netflix documentary on this level of drama. However, the real question is, what exactly did Mendeecees do? And why did Yandy wait until now, too? Expose it. You would think that after Mendeecees and Yandy were separated by security, everything would settle down. But just when everyone thought it was over, someone dropped a bombshell so big that the entire Love and Hip Hop cast was shaken. She was talking about much more than just some texts. And let me tell you, part 2 is where things get even messier. Because what happened next has people wondering if their entire relationship was a lie from the beginning. Remember that mystery cast member I mentioned earlier who said that Mendeecees wasn't just cheating but was living a double life? Well, it turns out that they weren't lying. Words began spreading like wildfire backstage, and before you knew it, Yandy was crying again. But this time, it wasn't just anger. It was a straight-up hard break. Let's break down the tea because this is next level. Cameras. He was also playing house with another woman. And this isn't just a casual affair. This is a serious second relationship. Yes, you read correctly. Mendeecees has reportedly been in a completely different relationship for months. And the worst part is that Yandy was the last to find out. The woman, who we'll call Maya for the time being, has reportedly been giving subtle clues on social media for weeks, such as posting cryptic messages and wearing jewelry that looks a lot like Yandy's. And even wait for it to post pictures from inside a house that looks exactly like Yem's other flat. Now, Yandy, being the astute woman she is, had been suspecting this. But she had no concrete evidence until now because, guess what? One of the hip-hop and love producers confirmed that they were aware of it months ago. To make matters worse, they were waiting for the ideal opportunity to reveal it on camera. Messily, but this is pure evil. They sat on this information, allowed Yandy to enter the taping completely blind, and waited for the right opportunity to reveal the truth on camera. When Yandy realized this, she went completely crazy, screaming, shaking, and pushing the cameras away. She told the producers, "You guys are disgusting. You guys let me look stupid for views." At this point, even the cast was beginning to feel bad. You know it's bad when even Carly Red isn't stirring the pot, sis. She was just sitting there, with a guilty expression on her face as if she knew this was getting out of hand. Then, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Aya herself decided to enter the chat because she appeared out of nowhere. 'Cause, let's face it, nobody deserves to find out like this. And Mendeecees, oh, he was completely quiet. When security attempted to stop her from talking in the studio, she used the ultimate power move and called the producers straight away. The next thing you know, the producers are whispering and the phones are ringing. And before anyone can even comprehend what's happening, they let her in. Now, let me tell you, when you saw her, you saw how her face changed from heartbroken to ready to fight. She got up so quickly that security had to grab her because the room fell silent, and even Mendeecees, who had been trying to play it cool the entire time, appeared to have just seen a ghost as he realized he had Noah out with. Yandy, for the first time. Maya, who wasn't afraid at all, walked in calm as ever, as if she had been waiting for this moment her entire life. She looked Yandy dead in the face and said, "I'm sorry you had to find out like this, but you deserve to know the truth." She asked her with tears in her eyes, the one question that would change everything. How long? When I answered, it broke her heart because rather than saying a few months or even a year, she looked at her like she was dead in her face and said, "Since before he went to prison, y'all." The entire room gasped and everyone looked around, wondering if she had just said what she thought she had said. Even the producers who had been waiting for this moment looked shocked because this meant one thing. Long before he was ever imprisoned, Mendeecees had been cheating on Yandy, which means that while she was keeping him down, being faithful, and going to see him to defend his name, he had another woman on the side. When I tell you this, Yandy breaks down, falling to the ground and gasping for air, because this was more than just a betrayal. It was years of her life wasted, and Mendeecees was still silent, unable to even look at her. He tried to speak, but his voice cracked, and before he could get a full sentence out before Yandy threw her ring at him, and then it was over. Even the producers realized they had gone too far at this point, and the cameras went black. Security began shoving people out, and the cast members, including Erica Mena, who loves a good scandal, were crying. It wasn't even drama anymore. It was just painful to watch. As she left, she said one final thing that left everyone's jobs on the floor. "I hope she was worth it because you just lost the best thing you ever had," she said, looking him in the eyes. After she left, no one could believe it. And the producers were at a loss for what to do because they didn't know how to proceed. Trust me, part 3 is where things take a totally different turn because guess what? Maya wasn't done talking, and what she revealed next is going to take this story to a whole new level. So, boom, Yandy. The whole cast is sitting there in complete shock, and Maya is standing there looking as if she just dropped a nuke. The producers are sweating bullets because the truth has come out and they have officially destroyed one of the largest relationships in love and hip-hop history. Just when you think it's over, Maya talks about it again because we're telling the truth, so it might as well be told all about it. And baby, she wasn't playing. When I tell you that the whole room froze, sis might as well have flipped a table because the energy changed in a matter of seconds. I'm talking about gasps. People standing up looking confused, producers whispering, and Carly Red clutching her chest like she was about to faint. Yandy was already out the door, but she returned. Apparently, Maisie wasn't just lying about having another woman. Since she needed to hear this with her own ears, she hurried around, looking Maya in the face and saying, "Say that again?" Maya said it with all of her chest. "Mendeecees has a baby, and he's been hiding it from you all." Yandy almost passed out. But security had to stop her because she was about to swing at this point, and even the cast members were getting angry. Erica Mena was shaking her head, Lil Scrappy was pacing the floor, and Bambi was in the corner whispering this. The craziest part was that Mendeecees was still standing there rubbing his face as if he were going to faint because he knew he was caught. Finally, Maya took out the receipts, pulled out her phone, went straight to the photos, and boom, she showed a picture of a baby that looked exactly like Men. This was so messy that even Rich Dodas looked like he wanted to leave. This was betrayal on a whole new level. When Yandy saw that picture, she lost it. She yelled, "I gave this man my whole life, and this is what he does. A whole child behind my back, and when he finally tried to say something, he was stuttering." Listen, it's not what you think, but Yandy cut him off so fast. "Not what I think. You have a whole child. How do you hide a baby?" This is when men crack because this man had been. He stood there trying to act calm, but now he was crying. He wiped his hands over his face, took a deep breath, and finally said, "I'm scared." Baby. That made Yandy even more frightened. "You weren't scared when you were lying to me. When you were lying to me. Or when you made me look foolish on national television. But now you're scared. And security had to restrain Yandy once more because when Mendeecees finished, she turned to Maya and said, "Keep him. It's yours now." She then took off her microphone, threw it on the ground, and left for good, with no second chances, no forgiveness, and no looking back. He tried to follow her out, but security blocked him because there was nothing left to say. He was prepared to throw hands, but he had nothing to say because the truth was out. The cameras had captured everything, and now his entire world was collapsing. You say, and just like that, the biggest relationship in love and hip-hop history was done. And the producers got exactly what they wanted because the second Yandy left, they started rolling credits, fade to black, season over. My friends, how? Many DCs lost everything in one night. From side chicks to secret babies, from cheating rumors to full-blown secret relationships. This man did it all, and Mendeecees left with her peace and dignity. And her freedom because, let's face it, she deserved so much better. Mendeecees Zhao. I hope he enjoys being single because after this, no one will ever take him seriously again. But let me tell you something. The aftermath of this is going to be even crazier because, believe me, this isn't over. There you have it, Yandy, done for good. Mendeecees exposed, and Maya, you just dropped a bombshell that changed everything. Tell me who you think was blind to the truth this entire time. Did Moses really think he could hide a whole child forever? And do you think Maya had her own secret agenda the entire time? Grup. Everything is over. But listen, this drama is far from over because now the entire love and hip-hop world is reacting. Social media is on fire. The cast are picking sides. And you already know the producers are planning something even crazier for next season. If you enjoy this type of tea, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. I need to hear what you guys think about this situation right now, so please share your thoughts in the comments section. Trust me, this drama isn't going to stop anytime soon. If you don't want to stay dirty the next time, shady, and keep an eye out.